Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Deep True Crime. I'm Manny Rodriguez. Thank you for joining me. In today's episode, we are talking about the ballpark shooting. This was done a few years ago, so it's a little catch me up. But this crazy shooting happened in the ballpark district in downtown Denver, Colorado. While a couple was out walking their dog trying to train it to go potty, a madman was upset about that and he took action. So we're going to be diving into this whole story. So let's go ahead and get into it, why don't we? The ballpark district is located in downtown Denver, southeast of Coors Field, which is a major league baseball park, and it's bound by 20th Street to the south, California Street to the southeast, Broadway 24th Street, Park Avenue west to the northeast, and it's all around covering the downtown Denver area. And that's where this shocking story takes place. It is a mixed use neighborhood with predominantly low-rise apartment buildings and parking lots. On June 10th, 2020, at 11:41 in the morning, the Denver Combined Communications Center received numerous phone calls reporting a shooting in the area of 3001 North Fox Street with two victims shot. Officers and paramedics responded to the area and located two victims. One female victim was located on scene and pronounced deceased. Detective Dan Tregembo, who responded to Denver Health Medical Center, the detective there, he spoke with the victim, Darian Simon, who was shot 2 times and transported to Denver Health Medical Center by ambulance. The victim related that he was walking his dog with his girlfriend, Isabella Thallas, and gave his dog a command to poop. He was trying to teach it, go potty. Even I do that all the time with my dog. Start sniffing, I say, go potty. So I'm guessing that's exactly what he was doing in this particular case. A person yelled at them through a window from a ground floor apartment asking if he was going to train the dog or just yell at it. The man would later be identified as Michael Close. Darian, he tried to ignore the suspect. He then observed the suspect pointing a gun at him and he thought it was a pellet gun. It was not a pellet gun. The victim then heard multiple gunshots and ran away until he could not run further due to the injury to his leg buttocks. Now, the detective Tregembo, he also contacted Darian's mother. She said she received a phone call from a male who was on scene with her son at the scene of the shooting. She heard about it before the detective even called her. That person told the mom that her son was hurt. He related that the victim was walking his dog with his girlfriend when they were injured. Thallas, only 21 years old, and she died 2 days before she was shot in the back and died instantly. So she just turned 21 years old. Rest in peace, Bella Thallas, taken from this world way too soon, and only 2 days after she turned 21. Rest in peace, Bella. The two victims were walking their dog at the time of the shooting, and Denver police have said that Close was angry over their dog relieving itself. Prosecutors would describe the murder as a rage motivated mission for respect. They say Thallas and Simon encouraged their dog to go, to do their potty thing during their walk. Unknowingly, they were right outside Michael Close's apartment, someone who would not be happy about them training the dog there. Michael yell Michael he yells out the window, "Are you gonna just yell at that dog or train it?" Simon is said to have responded mind your own business, Rocko is a good dog. Close, he went to another room, grabbed an AK-47, and fired 24 shots, hitting and killing Thallas and seriously wounding Simon. We would later find out in January 2021 that the Denver Police Department confirmed the AK-47 that he used in the shooting was the personal weapon of Denver Police Sergeant Dan Politica. Personal being that this was not issued by the Denver Police Department. Michael Close, he was a friend of the officer. He took the firearm from the officer's home without his knowledge or permission. This is according to police. And according to a transcript of a November 2020 Denver District Court hearing, lead detective Joseph Trujillo testified that minutes before the shooting, Close sent a text to Politica that Close's dog, Bella, was attacked by 2 dogs and that he had full intentions of going back and murdering them. 10 minutes after the text, Close followed up with a call and a voicemail to Politica where he said something along the lines of, "Dude, Dan, I really effed up bad. I did something really bad. There's no going back from this now." He would say that. According to the transcript, Politica did not contact police until 4:20 p.m. when he called the lead detective Trujillo nearly 5 hours after the shooting occurred. Politica would later resign February 13, 2021, and left the Denver Police Department 1 month later for reasons unrelated to this case. After the shooting, Michael Close called his ex-girlfriend and confessed that he'd just killed 2 people, she would say in court. He then left his apartment and drove west into the mountains with both the AK-47 and a pistol. He was stopped and arrested that evening in his Mercedes-Benz SUV on Highway 285 in Jefferson County. Denver police said an AK-47 and a handgun were found in the passenger side floorboard of the Mercedes SUV he was driving at the time, as well as a gun belt and firearm magazines. And police said they encountered a woman. She said she was the defendant's girlfriend. Detective Joseph Trujillo testified that the woman told cops that Close had called her. The defendant was crying, said he killed 2 people, she claimed in this account. In this story, Close repeatedly apologized for what happened and said he was afraid to turn himself in, despite the woman pleading that he turn himself in. Now, according to Trujillo's testimony, the woman also mentioned that the defendant was not mentally stable in the time that she had known him and that he had a personality disorder and suffered from depression. According to Colorado Bureau of Investigation records, Close had no prior criminal history in the state of Colorado. Michael Close, he appeared by video at an arraignment in Denver District Court where his attorney entered a not guilty by reason of insanity plea on his behalf with respect to the 22 counts Close faces, including first-degree murder. Now, Judge Lisa Tish McGuire found probable cause and ordered Close held without bond. Charges included first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and using a prohibited high-capacity magazine during a crime. Now, family and friends, they lit candles and held each other tight as they remembered Isabella Thallas. More than 100 people attended the candlelight vigil. Anna Thallas, her mother, said that her daughter, known as Bella, turned 21 years old on June 8th, just 2 days before she was murdered. She was young, vibrant, kind, loving, beautiful on the outside and the inside, Thallas would share. She had the world in front of her. Isabella was the oldest of 3 of Thallas' children. Thallas remembers carefully picking out her daughter's name. Isabella, not just a queen, but it means dedicated to God, and so I truly believe she was and she is with him now, Thallas would share. Simon, he tuned into the vigil through FaceTime from his hospital bed. He is just happy all these people are here, and he's just happy all these people are honoring her life, more importantly, said Simon's stepbrother, Drick Bernstein. Now, Simon's mother, Christy Simon, said Darian told her he wanted to live for Isabella. Darian has since been through 5 different surgeries, and they are continuing a GoFundMe. It looks like the latest one, which might have been December of 2020, it might have been 4 total surgeries. Looks like that might have been a success, but he has been suffering trying to get it all back together. Isabella, she was studying finance, and she dreamed of someday becoming a mother. She was a Cherry Creek High School graduate. My heart is broken and she is not here, and that man took her life, her mom would say. Isabella's father said he wants to build a dog park where his daughter was shot and killed. The trial versus Michael Close began Monday, September 19th, 2022. In her opening statement, Close's attorney did not dispute the basic facts in the case, but said Close was not mentally culpable for Thallas' murder, that he has suffered most of his life from an untreated mental illness, that he had a mental break immediately preceding the murder, and that he did not know what he was doing. The court testimony also showed that his friend Dan Politica was planning to take the suspect to therapy on the day of the shooting after learning Close had experienced childhood trauma. Now, Close underwent a mental health evaluation at the state hospital in Pueblo. Close, he had pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, but has been found guilty on all counts, including first-degree murder. A Denver jury found Michael Close guilty of killing Isabella Thallas and seriously wounding her boyfriend almost 2.5 years after an argument, 2.5 years before he was convicted and sentenced. Now, the couple's dog, he was just relieving himself. Like, this guy really loses it if this was the case. But he was close. Close was found guilty of 2 counts of first degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first degree murder, 2 counts of first degree assault. The man who shot and killed and injured her boyfriend, Darian, while the couple was walking in this June 2020 incident, he will now serve a life sentence without the possibility of parole. And Denver District Court judge, she sentenced Michael Close to life in prison for the murder of Thallas and 48 years in prison for the attempted murder of Simon. The sentences are to run consecutively. Close was also ordered to pay more than $37,000 in restitution. There's no winners in this, said Joshua Thallas, Isabella's father. We go home after this. My family broke, still without my daughter. Closest family is broke, believe it or not. He'll go to jail there without a son, a brother. So there's no winners in this. Mr. Close will pay for what he's done by spending his life in prison, said Judge Lisa Arnold at the sentencing. Now, Thallas' mother, she is now advocating for a bill at the state legislature that would require gun owners to report when their firearm has been lost or stolen. She says, I'm not happy because my daughter is gone. But justice was served today in this courtroom, efficiently and accurately. We just relived everything, Anna would tell CBS News Colorado. She was 65 inches long. We viewed the coroner pictures of her body being shot. Anna cried as she describes her late daughter, Isabella Thallas. After only a few hours of deliberating, a jury found the man responsible for killing Isabella, Michael Close, guilty of first-degree murder in the shooting death of the 21-year-old. And Anna says how fast it was said. It was almost said as fast as all those bullets were shot. With the man who pulled the trigger, justice is served. Not completely, but with the man that was up there, yes. In totality, no. And when she says that they said guilty as fast as those shots fired, she's referring to how fast the jury came back with the guilty plea. Just to give you a clarity on that. Now, Isabella's father, Joshua, he told reporters, half my heart was left that day with Isabella. The other half is left with memories and pictures and great thoughts of her soul. Her spirit came forward. I'm just thankful that 12 of my peers here in Denver, Colorado decided to do the correct thing and read the facts for what they were. Anna, the mom, she added, Isabella will be with us always. This verdict cannot bring her back. She tweeted after the verdict that the sound of handcuffs clicking was music to my ears. Close was also found guilty of 5 other charges, including attempted first-degree murder and first-degree assault. After 2.5 years of waiting for justice, the pain of losing Isabella still penetrates deep for this family, as they will never get over this. It's a grief that Anna only hopes no other parent will ever have to deal with, as she continues to keep fighting for that. And she says, we are not going to put up with the gun violence in this city anymore. Parents, hold your children. Never take your children for granted. And it's stories like this that make me absolutely heartbroken. You can see one of the surgeries that Darian went through of his 4 surgeries. He will forever have his life changed as well, as he does his best to live on for Isabella. And Isabella, again, my friends, if you are a person of prayer, please pray for the family to find healing, to find justice. 21 years old, this young girl was taken way too soon. And we only hope that this family recovers. And we only hope less incidents happen like this, because this really shouldn't happen. Rest in peace, Isabella Thallas. Rest in peace. And it goes to show once again, who would have thought walking your dog, someone getting upset? Well, you're not going to pick up the poop? You probably had the paper ready. Why would he care? Why would this guy care? That's my whole point. Even us, someone can get us upset. We yell back at them, we're dead. Just like this. Just like this. So, I mean, he tried to ignore him, right? They tried to ignore this madman yelling from this ground floor window. And unfortunately, this madman had lost it when they decided to say, mind your own business, allegedly. So now we want to know, how do we prevent more of this? Anna says we're going to prevent this by fighting more gun violence. This guy stole someone's gun. And that's the movement Anna is trying to do. She's trying to have this movement where if your gun is stolen, you say something right away or be held accountable. I don't know how this could have been prevented at all, honestly. That's why I don't even like to honk at someone, because that could just turn on someone. That could just turn someone's road rage up. You know, maybe I might want to give a little tight lap, a little light tap, right? But even the honking of someone even being wrong, they'll give you the finger. So it's crazy what a person will go to. You never know what they're dealing with in their life where they're going to just go and snap. and regret it in the end, but it's too late. It's already done. So, my friends, use this story as another example of try to hold your anger, hold your temper. I don't know. I really wish I had answers. My friends, that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to keep you updated on what could go wrong in this crazy world we live in. If this is the type of content you like to follow, hit that subscribe button. And if you got some value out of this video, hit that like button, because that tells YouTube there's value here. Show it to more people. And at the end of the day, I just want to keep those eyes aware and us aware of what could go wrong and be another voice for the victims. My friends, have an amazing day, and please be safe out there. I'm Manny Rodriguez, and this has been another episode of Deep True Crime, where we dive deep into these cases, dive deep, see what went wrong, and see, could we have prevented that if we were in that situation? Well, I never get upset at someone not picking up their poop, right? I'm not going to get upset at someone even just walking their dog. I don't know why this guy lost it. I don't know. I wish his level of apartment was way higher up, because he wouldn't even have probably cared. I don't know. Who knows, right? My friends, be careful out there. Until next time, peace.